Hello guys, and today I want to speak with you about Luhansk, which is a beautiful Ukrainian city temporarily occupied by Russia in 2014, but there are some very vivid symptoms that the city will soon return back to Ukraine. And I'm speaking about tonight's successful operation of Ukrainian armed forces that resulted in the destruction of a military airfield used by Russian army in Luhansk and also facilities around it that they used to repair their evil bombers. Unfortunately, all the cities and small villages that Russia occupied, it uses as a platform to attack Ukraine, to store ammunition, and to group the troops. That's why it is extremely important to liberate every piece of Ukrainian territory, and if we plan to create any kind of a gray zone, it definitely should be on the territory of Russia, and to some extent we are doing that already in Rostov, Krasnodar, Belgorod regions, and some more. So let me tell you more about Luhansk and our special military operation tonight that resulted in the destruction of a military airfield. My name is Anna and I vlog daily from Ukraine since the start of the brutal Russian invasion. So if you're new to the channel, you support Ukraine, please subscribe and help us fight against Russian propaganda and fake news. And my longtime friends, check your subscription status and hit notification button. Luhansk is a regional center in the far east of Ukraine. It is a beautiful industrial city, extremely, by the way, Ukrainian language speaking, and unfortunately annexed by Russia back in 2014. I have friends from Luhansk who are now on the territory that is under control of Ukraine in the Ukrainian armed forces. There are a lot of people from Luhansk who dream to return back their home to home, And Russians, they did everything to depopulate the region. They did everything to destroy normalcy. I am sure many, by the way, people who lived close to the so-called fake republics of DPR, LPR, even if they were neutral to Russia after this annexation, they witnessed what Ruski Mir is, and by 2022 they definitely did not want to join it. And you see that despite Russian propaganda, people in the east, in the south of Ukraine fight strongly against Russian invaders and join Ukrainian armed forces and want to liberate every inch of their territory. Putin claimed we will meet them with flowers. We do, but we put these flowers on the graves of Russian invaders. And tonight an important operation took place. We don't know what was used. Was it HIMARS, ATACMS, or something different? Russian publics are full of different versions, and soon they will blame aliens because, Ukrainians cannot achieve that much. And NATO is weak, so perhaps the next explosions on Russian military targets will be blamed on aliens. Anyway, we have destroyed an airfield that is used by Russian army since 2014, and what is worse, a great part of this territory they use for the repairs of bombers that were somehow damaged close to the front lines. That's why by destroying the airfield, first of all, that is already cool, potentially with some aircraft on it, but also we prevent Russia from repairing and checking lots of their aircraft that close to front line. Remember to subscribe if you're new to the channel to demonstrate your solidarity and help us spread more information about Ukraine. Russians have learned all the names of the missiles that we can use, like ATACMS, like HIMARS, like Storm Shadow, and they see them even when they are not operating. But it is very likely that for the destruction of this airfield, something major was used. And I hope that this week the United States will change their opinion and allow Ukraine to use long-range missiles to stop active Russian invasion on the other parts of Ukrainian border, because their Russian tactics right now is to try and distort Ukrainian defense, Ukrainian front line. They will fail in that. But definitely to be able to stop them, to be able to destroy their military airfields, their storage of missiles would help us save lives of innocent people, because the hit on epicenter hypermarket where many people died who were simply shopping for home decorations, such hits, such destructions could have been prevented if we were allowed to use the weapons once again to defend ourselves. And Luhansk is a beautiful city. It has a long history. It is closely connected to the Cossack period of Ukraine. And you will be surprised to know that as it is associated with industry, with various heavy metal production and other stuff, the city itself was founded in the 18th century by an engineer and entrepreneur from Scotland, not from Russia. So anyway, there are lots of myths that exist about Ukrainian cities that were spread by first Russian Empire, then Soviet Union, then by the Russian Federation, and our task is to debunk them. And I'm actually working on that in my book project too. Hope sometime soon I will be able to share with you more. Now I'm also very attentively watching what is happening with the Summit of Peace organization. There are various rumors, predictions, and so on. But from an ordinary Ukrainian perspective, I guarantee you that no one in Ukraine wants any ceasefire or any negotiations with Russia. It is obvious that if they will want this ceasefire, for example, this is just to regroup, to stop the successful tactic of Ukrainian armed forces to destroy their oil refineries. This can actually be a greater problem to Russia than even military losses that have already exceeded 500,000 people. Can you imagine something similar happening in any sane country? No. Having lost 500,000 of their population, having lost 20% of the oil refineries, which are vital for Russian economy, every smart person would have stopped, but we don't have smart, we don't have person, we have Kremlin goblin. And millions of Kremlin goblins who repeat his BS. So our task is to liberate Ukraine to 1991 borders and to liberate the world from Russian narratives. Let me know, would you like to have a separate video on the preparation of the Summit of Peace in Switzerland, and what are the other topics you would like to discuss on the channel? Remember to join me on Instagram, also I'm on X, Threads and Discord. Check our merch shop that has lots of good items with information about Ukrainian culture, history and even our drones. And thank you for becoming the patrons and sponsors of the channel. Thank you for buying me coffees, and most importantly, thank you for standing with us. Slava Ukraini!